Hi everybody, it's Renee from C.E.O. and I am here with Gayle Gruenberg at my house, and she is the owner of Let's Get Organized, and she is an MTO sponsor, and she lovingly calls herself a CEO, which is the Chief Executive Organizer. She's absolutely amazing, and she can come in and organize your life really. So the point of this video was she's going to come to my house because I have this room, and if you want to pan over, I have this room that's actually it's really neat right now. It's really messy before, but it's really supposed to be my office and the place where I come to keep my clothes. It's basically my closet. However, I'm a clutterer, and everything gets thrown all over the place, and sometimes you can barely even walk into this room, and I needed to come up with a solution because I just have an empty room that I'm doing nothing with. That really stresses me out. It actually, this room stresses me out that I actually try to ignore it. So Gayle's here so she can work her magic, and I want to show all of you what she is capable of doing because we all need some help sometimes when it comes to organizing our homes. And I think sometimes if you can just get organized, then everything else just falls into place, and that's her job. So let's get going.
Well, my first question is, and I know we're going to do this like real.
Yeah.
What in this room is eating your lunch? Like, what bugs the piss out of you?
What bugs the heck out of me about this room? I just feel like as far as like functionality, it's just, I don't feel like it's functional. It's weird. Like, who has their closet in with their office all in one room? And then I'm just bad because like, so this is all organized right now, but I literally like that laundry basket was over in this corner. There's clothes all over the place. Sometimes I just have jewelry laying all over here. Okay. I'll just come in here and throw papers all over here. Like, it's just not, there's usually piles. Okay. There's usually piles in here. I cleaned up before you came. But yeah, that's what bugs the heck out of me.
Okay.
It's just not, I just don't feel like we're using it correctly.
So I'm thinking in terms of, because this room has to do multiple duties, if we were to create zones for what you do in a particular area, then we can equip that zone with what you need to do there. So if you like to work at your desk, then we will look at the desk and we'll figure out what you need at your fingertips so that you can most effectively do your work.
Right.
If there are things that you don't need, we will eliminate them. And pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to go area by area and decide on everything. Do you need whatever is on top of the file cabinet? And we'll look at each item. We're going to go into the drawers if you want to. We'll look at each bag and we'll decide if you need what's in them, if they need to live somewhere else. More often than not, we find that you probably have everything you need. We'll just figure out how to use it differently.
Got it.
To accommodate the lifestyle you either want to be living or the lifestyle you're living now.
Yeah. Does anybody have piles of shopping bags in the corner?
Oh, big time.
So I have to tell you, I have this really bad habit of like just keeping things. And I think it was because at one point, like I just didn't have I could use it for something. I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have a lot of things. I didn't, after my divorce, everything went poof. And so I have this habit of just keeping things, even like stupid bags. I think, I might need those bags for something, to throw them away or to store things in those bags.
Empty?
They probably are pretty empty.
Let's check them out.
All right.
Because here
they're probably just empty. I should probably just throw them away. Oh, there might be clothes.
Cool.
We're gonna find random clothes that I had I just found that.
Awesome. It's like we shop in your closet. Is this?
Yeah, you can just throw it in the.
Is this to be washed or to be hung?
Don't even hang it. Just throw it in the. Okay. Just throw it in the hamper.
Okay. So this is the hamper.
Yeah, you can just throw that in there. Just throw that in there.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the hamper. We're gonna put it in the hallway.
Okay.
Because if it's a hamper and it's full, it's gonna get washed.
Okay. Not really. It's all. This is how bad I am. There's clean clothes. A lot of clean clothes in there.
Oh, there are. So should we sort that first?
No, it's okay because I'll sort it. No, I'll sort it.
Okay. But I can't tell you how many times I've sorted people's clothes, dirty versus clean.
So yes, so
Folded
that's
laundry.
actually so funny. I wouldn't even have thought of that. So you go in and you like actually help people like fold their stuff. figure out what's clean and what's dirty.
Yep.
Wow.
And I'll tell you why. Because sometimes the people that I work with are chronically disorganized. They might have ADHD, and they can get through steps 1 through 4, but there is nothing that is going to get them to take step number 5.
Right.
So what they need is a bridge from to do to done, which I actually even say that on my website. There's a little hand, to do to done, and we're LGO.
Wow.
So if it's a matter of doing, getting the wash in there, you wash it, you dry it, you pull it out, it sits in a basket, it doesn't get folded and put away. So there's the blockage. And if there's the blockage, that can contribute to the clutter, and then the clutter contributes to the stress, and then it kind of goes back and forth.
Right, right, absolutely.
So we eliminate the stress by eliminating.
What do you do as far as the parents who have years and years of things that their kids have drawn, and cards, Mother's Day cards, and presents that you just, memorabilia that you don't want to get rid of? I have piles of it, hidden everywhere around my house.
Well, okay, I would say maybe little by little, sit down maybe on a rainy day and start with one pile. Because once we start, sometimes that's the hardest part, just initiating. And once you start, it tends to take on momentum. So it's a matter of going through, saying, important enough to keep? Do I love it? Is it a great representation of my kid, or is it just a scribble on a piece of paper that I can recycle? So you keep the best and dispose of the rest.
And then where do you tell your clients, where should they store them?
Well, you could get a really pretty box, or just take any short box or whatever and cover it in wrapping paper, and store it maybe. It depends on your house.
Yeah. Do a lot of people probably put things in boxes and attics and that sort of thing?
Absolutely.
Okay. I have so much stuff that the kids made, and even big pictures, really big pictures that I have literally have hidden behind. I just slide them behind dressers and stuff to keep because I want to keep them. But
you could also take a picture of things.
Oh
keep the
yeah,
picture.
that's a great idea. Awesome. Take a picture. Okay, everybody, moms, take a picture of something that you want to keep versus having piles of your kids' stuff around the house.
Or to have a landing place for whatever it is you're throwing, preferably by category. So maybe it could be okay, if you're really busy, you're running through, you're throwing your clothes in, so at least we know here's clothing, here's paper, here are kids' things.
Right.
Just as an example. So we'll work with what's natural rather than, of course we do try to change habits if they're not working for you, but if they are working for you, then we'll figure out how to adapt the space to fit them.
Right. Okay. Because this is not a lot of space, right? This is not a lot of space for my clothes, right?
Well, there's more here than you think.
You think there's more space here? Okay.
Do I have permission to go?
Yes, absolutely. So this is so ridiculous to me. Like just the way that this is set up. Who the heck, how? Okay, I'm short, but I would have to use that whole top shelf for storage stuff. I'm sure there's stuff up there I haven't literally not touched since I moved in here. But I always think that I'm God, there's not a lot of space in there. But you're saying there is. So
there is. And
okay.
I can very quickly show you where, at least I think so. All right, so let's see. You're going to be amazed.
And I have gone through this closet and got rid of a lot of stuff. Just recently, a couple months ago, I just went through so much stuff.
Awesome. Very fun. All right.
Are you looking for empty hangers and stuff?
Yeah. Because I know, I can just see that there are already.
There's a bazillion of them. Yes, there are a bazillion. Yeah, because there should be clothes hanging on them. There should be clothes on them, not just empty hangers.
These
piled.
here, everyone.
Yes.
These
Okay.
throw away.
Throw them away.
Well, or return them to the dryer.
Right. Okay.
And
they're not really good for your clothes anyway to hang on to hang your clothes on, right?
Not really, because they can make things in put creases where you don't want them and stretch things out inappropriately.
So do people hire you to go through there? Now everybody knows what I have in my closet.
It's gorgeous.
And it's so funny. I don't even wear half of it anymore. Do you ever go in and help people clean out and organize their refrigerators? Is that something you do?
Definitely.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how Alex puts up with me and lives with me, because he's such the opposite of me. He's very organized and clean, and I'm not like a total slob. I'm just like a clutterer, and I get. You know what it is? I'll tell you a story while you're doing that.
I will get that.
I always say when I'm doing my Facebook Lives that there's a reason behind our habits and the things that we do. And Alex always rolls his eyes. He laughs when I tell him the story because I say it. I tell him a lot. But when I was growing up, my mom, I was like Cinderella growing up. So I was the one who cleaned the house. I cleaned everything. She made me wash dishes a specific, like, methodical way. Everything, even in my drawers when I did my laundry, everything had to be folded a certain way and it had to be piled a certain way. And I could only take certain. I don't even think I told Alex this. I could only wear the clothes that were like on the top of the pile in the drawer. Like I couldn't go and pick out my own outfits. I would have to always take the top, whatever was on the top. And always, every day, it's all on the top. And then if you wash the clothes, then after they were folded, then I would have to put everything, the new stuff, underneath instead of just putting it on top. So that was my life for so long that I think once I became an adult and I had to, even though you would think I should have the organizational skills because of what, how my mom was, that it was almost like I just shut down.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that I hate to clean.
Yeah.
I hate to organize. I hate to do all that stuff because I did it for so long, like as a child. So it's funny, it's like somebody might look at me and be like, "Oh my God, what's with your piles? Are you like a cluttering pig or what? What's your deal?" But I can actually pinpoint why I'm like that, and it's a matter of probably just changing my mindset because I talk about mindset change all the time.
This is very true, and just. Being self-aware is a humongous step in creating the kind of life that you want, and that's really my take on the whole organizing career. Basically, what kind of life do you want? It's never about the stuff ever. Like you said, it's about the mindset. It's about the baggage that we bring to the table. And you're right. A lot of people, one way or another, do rebel against their parents. Like, my daughter probably does not appreciate the fact that I am basically a neat freak. So she may have been given to me to teach me how to relax a little bit.
Right.
And have a good time.
Right, exactly.
So we met.
Wow, look at this mess. Oh my gosh, isn't that funny? She just made a ton of room in my closet by taking all the hangers out, and she made a ton of room. But now I have a ton of clothes I have to put back in.
That's okay. Step one. And then what we do is we will put like with like. So we have skirts.
So it's so funny. I will sometimes, like once a year, a couple times a year, whatever, I will take the time to do all that. And then I just get so busy and nothing goes. Like, what do you have? Is there a trick that you have, like, that you can suggest to people? Because, of course, we're all busy moms, right?
Yeah.
To not, like, once you get organized, like, I guess it's just a mindset. Like, I don't throw things back by where they should be with with likes. I just throw it back in where it fits.
Okay. So in that case, what we want to do is designate like a permanent home, like more like just a designated home, knowing like, oh, okay, I'm gonna wear this blouse today, and okay, that's great, and I'm gonna put the hanger back here, and then it's gonna get worn, it's gonna get washed, it's gonna get returned back into its place, because this is where it lives.
Right.
And then you'll also know, like, oh, okay, that black blouse is in the wash.
Now, do people, because I know that everybody, like, it's as far as time is concerned, not everybody has this, like, set schedule where it's like, all right, for the next 2 hours, all I'm going to do is wash my laundry, fold it, put it back to where it belongs. Like, do you actually help? Do people that you work with, do they actually create, like, laundry schedules and stuff? Like, to say, okay, so I'm washing all this stuff today. Because I know there's a lot of moms probably watching, they're like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm going to put back in this spot. Like, every time. You know what I mean? It's just, or is it just a mind? It really is just a mindset, I guess,
it's
right?
It's a habit creation, because we're gonna, if we want to do things differently, like nothing changes unless something changes. So it will always be cluttered if something isn't modified.
Right.
So what I'm doing is I'm putting, ideally I'll put spaghetti straps with spaghetti straps. Sleeveless with sleeveless.
Right.
Then short sleeves, then long sleeves. And then color.
Right. I'm sure there are moms that are watching that'll watch this and they'll be like, Renee, what is your problem? My closet's fine. It looks, what's your problem here with your closet? But I am like, I'm like very, it's so funny. And you know what's so funny too is that I think sometimes the way that you're organized at home, like, is really sometimes a reflection of your personality too. Because everybody always thinks like, I'm so like, I have things together. Like I have my life together, but I look like it. That's why I tell people, I said, don't ever worry about like judge yourself by the stuff that you see in social media and on pictures and stuff, because you would think I totally have it together, I'm totally organized, and I'm so not. So nobody would ever believe that about me.
Sorry. I will share with you the 10 commandments of organizing.
Oh, okay.
And I'll have to like give them to you.
Okay, so the 10 commandments of organizing, Gayle Gruenberg is going to share. Go ahead.
Number one commandment, thou shalt not beat thyself up. And then we go on to say, thou shalt make it fun, thou shalt reward thyself. We have all of this beautiful space.
Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that funny?
And when things come in from the wash.
Now I feel silly. I know. Now I feel silly. It's funny how you're just like, oh my gosh, that was like so easy. Like, how could I not, have taken the time? And it wouldn't even taken that long. Okay, we're just talking about it. So that's why it's taking so long. But literally, it doesn't take that long.
And I'll address procrastination. Because for all of us, we all procrastinate something.
Yes.
And like, I'll tell you, just last night, there was something that I was procrastinating for months. It was sitting on my desk. It was just a matter of going into a website or two, making a little bit of a tweak, but it was sitting there staring at me. And I'm like, I just don't want to do it. I want to delegate it. So finally, yesterday, I sat down and I said, damn it, I'm just going to do this. And it took me 5 minutes to do this thing that I procrastinated for months.
Right.
So,
well, it's something somewhat related but not related. It's really funny because I always talk about how people in the age of technology, nobody wants to have an actual conversation or talk to somebody face to face, right? So I was just talking to, I think, Alex yesterday or the day before, that I was starting to have a text conversation with somebody about something. I can't remember what it was about. But I literally I was like, this is stupid. I just need to pick up the phone, because what we're going to text about, it's going to take us 30 minutes of our time to text. We can get on the phone and be done in less than 5.
Yep.
It's just so funny. But like, again, that's another avoidance thing. Like, people don't want, like, they're so used to technology that they don't want to make like that, take the time to make that one-on-one connection.
Should I save her? Save me?
See, we've already done so much. There's
I'm not gonna leave.
Share that.
Okay.
Before you get anything, just know what you need near you and what you have to store. So there's sometimes more to it, but a very general way to think about the process is gather. I'll even do it. Gather. So we're gonna put, all right, I'm gonna take everything out really fast because there's not much in here and it's easy to show. All right, so here we go. Gather, we're gonna just put everything out of the space. Okay, all right, everything's out of the space. Gather. Then we're gonna count really fast because we can. All right.
You're not just an organizer. You're like, you come in and you clean and you're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's full service. We do it all. Yeah, we do a lot. Okay, so that was the gather. Okay, so now we're gonna have the fit, right? So it depends on how you think of things. So this is like, we'll call it just, we'll put all paper together for the time being. Okay, so paper, electronics, office supplies, or writing implements, desk supply, electronic. Okay, so that was the gather and the sort.
Gather and the sort and the clean.
So now, I would ask if there's anything here that is garbage. Does it go away? Does it belong elsewhere?
Right.
Does it go back into the drawer?
Right.
Okay, so if it goes back into the drawer, if we needed some kind of an organizing item, like a structured, like a drawer organizer.
Right.
So we would have that in there. But for the time being, what we'll do is
Not at our house.
okay. It's all good. We're gonna put things back.
Mm-hmm. In a more organized manner, right?
Still kind of like with life, so you know what you have. You can see it and get it when you need it.
Right.
So that's just an example.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Do you have any tricks to be a better maintainer?
Schedule it. Keep it on the calendar. Like do a little bit every day. At the end of the day, sort of tidy up. So if you're going to be at your desk for 8 hours or whatever, at the end of the day, tidy it up so everything goes back to its proper home.
So you know how like you say, okay, so for instance, my closet, taking something out, putting it back where it belongs, and having a space or whatever. But sometimes like when you're doing all these tasks and you're cleaning and you're doing laundry and you're working and you're trying to figure out dinner and all of that, and sometimes you just like are like, oh my gosh, this is driving me crazy. I just want to put the laundry to the side in the basket and just not touch it. But what often happens is maybe it doesn't get not touched for like 5 days.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
Yes.
And do you think it's, so you, but definitely everybody always says this about everything in life, not just if you have a career and you're working, but if even at home, that you should just time block everything. Like just have a calendar and come up with a schedule and follow a schedule.
If you can.
If you can.
Yep. And I will, on total disclosure, that yeah, sometimes I might be having an admin day, a desk day at home, and I could be in the office and then I could do 5 loads of laundry. And the 5 loads of laundry may not be folded right away, but I will bring them up to my bedroom, put all the baskets in a row,
Mm-hmm.
and then one by one, just knock them off, maybe at the end of the day or after a few days. And yeah, definitely self-care, organizing maybe self-care, because as you're saying, like you have a clear mind, clear space.
Yeah, you talk about, as far as organizing, you talk so much about the mental health part of being organized at home, which I think is great because it's not just all about, again, just cleaning up your space and organizing and folding and all of that. There's so much more involved.
You want to live an easy life. Well, I'm not telling you want to live it, but people tell me they want to live an easy life. They're overwhelmed. There's too much stuff, too much to do. So the way I look at organizing is you want to sort of winnow out what doesn't work for you. And what we've done here so far is we've created a clearer palette.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're going to do next is
Right.
put in some of the things that make your life easier.
What would you say is just kind of as a closing, like if you're finding yourself really stuck as far as the organization of your house, like what do you think as far as like a first step to just kind of like, do you have like any really good tips on just trying to, whether you get an organizer or not, like what's a couple of really good first steps to just try to like get rid of the anxiety, I think, because I think that when people want to declutter and organize, you start out feeling very tense and having a lot of anxiety.
Start somewhere small. For instance, it might be very easy to do one drawer.
Mm-hmm.
So if all you can do, say you have 15, 20 minutes, do just that one drawer. And it'll feel like, oh, okay, good, I've at least started. And then when you have another 15 or 20 minutes, come back, do another drawer.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you have an extended period of time, go ahead, do the whole set.
Right.
But as long as you start somewhere, it doesn't really matter where, that initial step will take on a momentum of its own and then snowball to the rest of the project.
Great, wonderful. Well, this room is so much more clear than it was before. So I'll be back after we're all finished and we'll show you what we did. And I'm very, very happy that Gayle came and helped me today. So hopefully if you need an organizer or somebody to help you do what she did with me today, call her. Because it's just like it's like a first step. So sometimes you're just gonna take that first step. So great, thank you so much.
Thank you.